What's going on, guys? Matt Settergren here. I decided to do my presentation as a live video. So I'm doing mine on scabies. So what is scabies? Scabies are the parasites that infect the skin. Scabies is more of an infestation. The tiny mites nest in the outer layers of the human skin. The skin does not take kindly to the invasion. As the mites burrow and lay eggs inside the skin, the infestation leads to awful itching and a terrible rash. Symptoms of scabies. When a person contracts scabies, it can take 4 to 6 weeks for signs on the skin to appear. Symptoms include very intense itching, pimple-like rashes, blisters and scales, and sores. Parts of the body affected. Scabies will tend to show up on parts of the body that are covered up but are not limited to this. Areas mainly affected include privates, wrist, nipples, waist, shoulder blades, armpits, elbows, and between the fingers. Treatment of scabies. To treat scabies, you need to get rid of the infestation. This can be done by using medicated creams and lotions prescribed by a doctor. In most cases, the doctors will ask you to apply the medication to the entire part of the body and let it sit for about 10 hours. Your doctor will likely recommend treatments for all other household members and close friends, this being because scabies can spread very easily. The medications can kill scabies, but it does not give an immediate relief to the itching. This is where antihistamine pills can help. Exposure rates. Anyone worldwide can be exposed to scabies. More than 200,000 cases are reported each year in the United States. Anyone anywhere can have scabies and easily transfer it to another person. But it's not a great epidemic, but it is something people should be aware of and watch out for. And then right here I have a little chart. It shows, this is back during World War I, but it kind of shows British troops and US troops and the rate of how many of them actually had scabies. You can see wintertime it was higher, kind of went lower during the summer, but definitely was a big epidemic at that time. Common people affected. Anyone can be affected by scabies. Most people affected will be someone who has had skin-to-skin contact with someone affected with the infection. Most likely places to get affected are long-term care faculties, including nursing homes, homes for the disabled, and even places like prisons. These places are prone to the outbreaks because the skin-to-skin contact is common. According to the Mayo Clinic, anyone from the age of 3 and older have the same probability of being infected. So this diagram represents the outbreaks of nursing homes and extended care. This was done in 1997. It kind of shows how nursing homes, it was close to being about half the people got scabies and half didn't, where the extended care faculty, you can see that a huge number, almost 80% of the people were affected by scabies. So a pretty big epidemic at that time too. So the video kind of talks about scabies.
How long does the scabies mite live without a host? Scabies mites can only live about 72 hours without human contact, but once on a person, the mites can live up to 2 months. Mites survive longer in colder conditions with higher humidity. Once on a person, mites can burrow into the skin, and symptoms usually begin 3 to 6 weeks after infestation.
So prevention. The best possible way to avoid scabies is to avoid someone affected. Although basically impossible, avoiding skin-to-skin contact with someone will make it almost impossible to get the infection. Another good way to avoid scabies is to avoid clothing and bedding that was used by the infected person. This little picture kind of shows the scabies actually on a human arm and what it kind of looks like. Future treatment options. Although there aren't any known future treatment options, development in new medication for scabies continues every day. Scientists work to find which medications work the best and look for new options. This little diagram that kind of shows the cycle of scabies, per se. Scabies, contagious skin infection caused by human itch mite. Kind of shows how she has scabies and then which parts of the body scabies mainly affects. Kind of shows it burrowing into the skin and kind of how that would look with rashes, and then shows how the treatment topical medication would be used to treat it, and then also washing bedding, clothing, and towels at a high temperature. And then there's my works cited. Thanks, guys.